On January 1st, 2024, Tracksmith posted a video dubbing 2024 the Year of the Amateur. From its Latin roots, the word amateur simply means to love, the ad mused. In running, we are all amateurs. It takes a special sort of dedication to be a competitive amateur runner. Early mornings, hard workouts, weeks, months, and years of consistency. This year, over 55,000 runners ran the course you're seeing now in the New York City Marathon. 99.9% of them were amateurs. Among these runners, you'll find beautiful and inspiring stories, fierce competitors, and incredible athletes. This is Alana Levy. At the conclusion of this year's New York Roadrunners Club Point season, she has scored approximately 30.03 points for her team, Brooklyn Track Club. This makes her the most valuable club points racer in 2024 and puts her in rare historical air. Of over 15,000 single-season efforts from women in club points history, only one woman has ever put together a season as valuable as Levy has up to this point. That woman is the most valuable runner in New York Roadrunners Club Points history. The Club Points competition began in 2015 and has since blossomed into a fun opportunity for post-collegiate athletes to continue their racing careers in a competitive space. Scoring works as follows. Each team that fields the minimum number of athletes, 5 in most cases, will score points. A few races each year have different scoring rules. The New York City Marathon only requires 3 scoring athletes, while Team Championships requires 10 and is worth double points. Team placement is based on lowest total team time, or the sum of each scoring runner's time. Teams earn 15 points for first place, 12 for second, and so on. Any team that fields the minimum requirement will score at least 1 point. To attribute these points to individuals, I divide the points scored by the team proportionally among the scoring athletes based on where they finished on their team. Take this result from the 2024 Fifth Ave Mile as an example. The Brooklyn Track Club women took first place as a team, earning 15 points. From this score, 5 points would be attributed to Alana Levy, 4 to Dee Martin, 3 to Lisa Pink, 2 to Melissa Gans, and 1 to Casey Greenwald. These same proportions are applied to all scoring teams and athletes. Now let's grab a few fun stats to warm up. These scatter plots represent every single runner to ever score a point in a New York Roadrunners Club Points race in the men's and women's divisions, organized by points scored and races run. The average New York Roadrunner Club Points scorer has scored in 2.99 races and has scored 1.15 points in their career. There have been 9,177 women to score in Club Points races, significantly more than the 8,577 men who have scored. The woman with the most all-time races is Susan Moore of Van Cortlandt Track Club with 58, and the man with the most races is Stephen Hall of Hellgate Roadrunners with 55. But one runner sits far above all the rest. You'll meet her soon. John Bleday has been a model of consistency for New York Athletic Club since he began scoring for the team in 2016. Since then, he has scored 65.59 points across 27 races, good for 5th all-time. An alumni of Dartmouth and Boston College, Bleday has put up an impressive 9 finishes in the top 10 for men, with his highest ever finish being 3rd overall at the 2018 New York Roadrunners Team Championships, where he led Nyack to a team victory. That performance marked the peak of an incredible season of racing, scoring just under 21 points in 6 qualifying performances, the 14th best season of all time from a male athlete. Central Park Track Club's Matt Rand takes 4th place on our list, with 66.8 points scored. A 2-time Olympic trials qualifier in the marathon out of Tufts University, Rand is a big reason that CPTC has the dominant history they do. From the time Rand began scoring for Central Park in 2016 until the 2024 New York City Marathon, he never finished lower than 15th in a race while scoring for the team. The 3-time NCAA D3 All-American is also my personal hero. During his 2020 OTQ training cycle, he ate Taco Bell 3 to 4 times per week. Live Moss, Matt. In 2016, Tadesse Dabi and Birhanu Kemal came to New York City from their home country of Ethiopia with the goal of racing themselves into a better life. They have since scored 66.89 and 85.1 points for West Side runners, good for 3rd and 2nd place on the all-time list. Ethiopia is a country known for elite distance runners, but the country has spent decades ravaged by civil war. From 2020 to 2022, government-backed militia began carrying out a campaign of ethnic cleansing in Tigray. In a 2021 interview with GQ, Dabi said, "Until the government changes, I can't ever go back. I fear for my life." It's important to remember that while running is a fun activity for most, for some, it's everything. This is a scary reality for not just Dabi and Kemal, but also about a third of their teammates at West Side Runners, a team that consists primarily of runners who come to the States in hopes of making a living out of running. In 2018, the Ethiopian government demolished Dabi's house for the land it was on, without offering any payment. That same year, Dabi put together the single greatest season in New York Roadrunners Club points history. Across 10 races, he scored 40.26 points, including an individual win at the Percy Sutton 5K and a 12th place finish in the New York City Marathon, performances which put him in a league of his own and a season total unlikely to be touched for a long time. 1 year later, Kemal would score 30.24 points in only 7 races, the 4th best season to date. In solidarity with Dabi and Kemal, we have donated to the International Rescue Committee, a charity that helps provide aid in Ethiopia, and we've included a link in the description of the video if you'd also like to donate. The most valuable male runner in New York Roadrunners Club points history, with 86.99 points scored across 23 races, the king of Kings County is Brendan Martin. Martin grew up in Smithtown, New York, just a bit east of the city. An alumni of Columbia University, Martin dominated the New York running scene as a member of New York Athletic Club from 2016 through 2021. In 2024, he returned, now affiliated with Brooklyn Track Club, to reclaim his title as the most valuable male runner from Birhanu Kemal. A 3-time Olympic trials qualifier in the marathon, Martin's impact on club points scoring goes well beyond his own racing. The co-founder of Martin Physical Therapy alongside his wife Aubrey, Martin also leads New York Run Academy, a coaching practice based in the city, helping some of the top competitive athletes in New York City reach their goals. Angela Ortiz is the 5th most valuable female runner in New York Roadrunners Club points history. After walking away from the sport in high school, a dare brought her back, helping her keep the dream alive. She broke onto the scene in 2016, racking up points for North Brooklyn runners through the 2018 season. In 2019, she made the switch to Distance Project NYC, a move that paid dividends, as her 2019 season included an Olympic trials qualifying race at the London Marathon. Ortiz hasn't scored in a race since 2019, but maintains her spot in the top 5 with a total of 66.88 points scored, a testament to how fantastic her career was, as she held the top spot on this list until 2018. On top of her running achievements, Ortiz is an accomplished pianist and composer. After you watch this video, check out her Spotify, she's got some pretty good stuff. In 4th place with 68.41 points scored across 26 races is Anna Johnson. Johnson came to the United States from Torreon, Mexico as a teenager, and her club points racing career can be divided into 3 distinct eras. From 2016 through 2018, Johnson ran for the Henwoods Hounds racing team. In 2019, she joined forces with Angela Ortiz as part of Distance Project NYC. Then, after the 2020 COVID break, she joined the Dashing Whippets running team. You know how people say that if you split LeBron's career into 2 separate careers based on his jersey numbers, they'd each still be Hall of Fame worthy? Anna Johnson did that 3 times. In 2018, for Henwoods Hounds, she put together what was, at the time, the 4th most valuable season ever. In 2019, she ran an Olympic trials qualifying time in the marathon while running for Distance Project NYC. And then, at the 2021 Bronx 10 miler, Anna Johnson got her first ever New York Roadrunners Club points race win while repping Dashing Whippets. 3 teams, 3 incredible achievements. Yale alumni Alex Cadicamo holds the 3rd spot, with 71.32 points scored for New York Athletic Club across 24 races. Her career includes the 3rd and 18th most valuable single seasons of all time, 26.32 points in 2018 and 19.76 points in 2017. Among her most impressive feats is a 5-race stretch starting with the 2018 Queens 10K and ending with the 2019 Washington Heights 5K. During this time, Cadicamo never finished lower than 3rd and capped off her incredible run with her first club points race win at Washington Heights. She has achieved 9 top 5 finishes in club points races, 3rd most all time. Plenty of great endurance athletes get their athletic starts in other sports, and Khia Kurtenbach is a great example of that. After competing for the University of Chicago swimming and diving team her freshman year, Kurtenbach joined track and field and never looked back. Since joining Dashing Whippets running team in 2019, Kurtenbach has scored an impressive 75.72 points across 25 races, including an incredibly impressive 2024 season up to this point. With 1 club points race left, Kurtenbach has scored 24.18 points, 5th most in a single season all time, and 2nd most so far this year behind Alana Levy. Catching first place on this list for all-time points is a tall order for even the best runners in this city, but if anyone can do it, it's Kurtenbach. As the youngest runner in the top 10, she has a lot of runway ahead of her to do some incredible things. If you haven't spent much time in the New York City competitive running space, welcome. We're happy to have you here. But if you have, the final athlete on our list, the single most valuable athlete in New York Roadrunners Club Points history, will come as no surprise to you. Pick just about any metric, and she leads it. 10 Club Points race wins, most all time, regardless of gender. 23 top 5 finishes, most all time, regardless of gender. 130.89 points scored, most all time, regardless of gender. 16 races as the top athlete on the top team, more than double the next highest athlete, and more than 5 times the next highest among women. She has 4 of the top 20 single seasons of all time among women, including the best season of all time, scoring 35.36 points in just 7 races during a 2022 campaign that included 2 individual wins, 5 top 5 finishes, and a 25th place finish in the New York City Marathon. She is living proof of the ability to dominate well into your years as a Masters runner, with 3 of her 4 best seasons coming after the age of 40. She is a 2-time Olympic trials marathon runner. She finished 6th at the 2019 IAAF World Championships in Doha. Your undisputed GOAT of New York Roadrunners Club Points Racing is the one, the only, Roberta Groner. A fierce competitor for New York Athletic Club from 2017 to 2019, Groner joined Central Park Track Club in 2022 and hasn't slowed down. In her last 7 races, her lowest finish is 2nd place. As a mother, full-time nurse, and running coach, Groner represents the pinnacle of amateur athletics. The beautiful thing about this video, and all these stats, is that the Club Points competition is only in its 10th season. There are so many stories not yet told, memories not yet made, and champions not yet crowned. A decade from now, there will be thousands of new runners that will have competed in the streets of this city. A burgeoning non-binary division, already filled with talent from clubs like Frontrunners New York, will have tons of data ripe for analysis. An unprecedented boom in new runners over the last few years will yield unlikely heroes with all sorts of backgrounds and stories. Somewhere in this jumbled mass of data points, or in the many data points that will soon join them, sits the next great Club Points racer. It could be someone who's never run a race before. It could be an experienced veteran of the sport. It could be you, the person watching this video. The future of amateur racing is bright, and I can't wait to explore it.